Alrighty, we are live, good to go. Let's go to our first item, Treasury Tracker. We are currently at, so we were at 1.3 million. Oh, it looks like, let's do balance changes, that's probably better. It looks like quite a bit of Atlas has come in. Interesting. So this is a running log. Like this is live. When someone does a transaction, the smart contract automatically pushes over an amount to the DAO Treasury.
I don't know. I've never paid attention.
That's what it looks like.
6
6 seconds
seconds
ago,
ago.
we got 152 Atlas. 2 minutes ago, we had 250. Oh,
Yes, it auto feeds.
hey,
It's
Signal.
awesome.
I did not
There's
know
not
that.
like a trust system in it.
All right. Well, I'm okay. So I'm going to just delete that. So the portfolio is now looks like this. So it's 800,000 in Atlas.
Right. I can talk now, but it's just going to be a little loud over here.
Okay. Plus
That's fine.
400,000 is 1.3 million. So still the same, but looks like it went down by maybe 20,000. Okay. That was a change there. And let's look at the ecosystem fund. I imagine that did not change, but we'll see. Still only have Atlas. So we'll replace the table. Actually, I'm going to stop doing that now. And then the value is 180,000. So it went down by $10,000 for something. I don't know what. All right, there's our treasury update. For pip tracker, there was no pip movements, so I have nothing to update. We're still at 18 pips past. We do have some updates on the pips themselves, or pip drafts themselves. For pip accounting spreadsheet, Carlos, do you have anything? I assume we made a payment of some kind.
Sorry.
Bodhi
I was-
usually does that.
Yeah, but it's sorry, I wasn't paying attention because I was being talked here.
No, the
All right.
payments. Yeah, we sent payment for the last invoices, as far
Yeah,
as we
this
know.
week I don't think this week anything happened. Yeah.
We
Well,
went
Swags
down
did the
10,000.
8. He did 8 and put 8 and 18. It was in the kitchen. I'm looking it up.
I know there
So
was a top of there was a reconciliation of the volatility loss that some of the payments had that was being taken care of. I'm not completely sure if that went actually out this week.
So the
Yeah, it
$1.5
did.
million
So on the
Atlas, or 1.5 million Atlas transaction 3 days ago.
Yeah, so PIP 8 and PIP 18 paid out 816,000 or 816,000 and 705,000 Atlas. And it was a batch multi-sig transaction, but both transactions were included, so they're still separated. So 8 and 18 both got paid out.
PIP 8 and PIP 18.
Correct.
Okay, so fully paid. PIP 8,
Okay, yes,
18.
there was 2 transactions on the 3rd. They're on the kitchen. There was that reconciliation of volatility that we sent.
And the last invoices.
Okay. All right, I just linked that up then. So PIP 8 and PIP 18 are both fully paid out as of September 3rd. That's what I'm seeing.
We think there might
In
be.
theory, I think there's still some dispute about the
Okay.
correlate, the volatility and the exchange, and that discussion that started.
Okay. So we paid
Basically,
1.5 million Atlas.
Basically Kiwimi is about 1,500 euros under right now. So we want to
Okay.
find a way that the DAO doesn't get screwed, but also the community members don't, because they did spend their real money in credit card to make the event happen. So we'll figure it out. But Buddy has been busy this week, so we haven't actually had a chance to talk to him. And yesterday he couldn't attend to the internal meeting, so we will see.
Okay. All right. So Council Quad. So I noted the September 3rd payments to PIP 8 and 18. I took out the word fully, so we paid it, and there's a transaction link. On the 5th, so yesterday, we conducted the internal meeting with Automata, determined a way forward for the ecosystem fund, refresh, and Virtual's $600,000 Infinite Universe PIP. And today, I just finished contacting Virtual on the way forward, where he's going to tell us when he finalizes the PIP draft, or the PIP idea, and then I'll process it as a markdown and push it to Automata and Foundation for a mock vote. And I also contacted Steven and proposed the reduction to 44.8 million Atlas, which is consistent with the 5% eco fund limit. He had 11.5 million per sub PIP, which is 46 million Atlas. He can only do 11.2 million Atlas per sub PIP, and that math is 44.8 million Atlas. So I sent him a message on his thread asking him if he accepts, and if not, then he needs to propose a new distribution strategy. And that once that happens, then we can push it for vote.
For what PIP is this again?
Steven Sabal's, the
okay.
funding independent economic research.
Okay.
Yep. So that's all I have. Emperor, do you have anything?
No. When did
Okay.
people respond? No, you already talked about that last week. Nope, I'm good
Okay.
with what we did.
Signal, you got anything?
No, just happy to be here, man.
We're
you
happy
are
to
a
have you
happy
back.
guy. Didn't we celebrate a birthday for you not long ago?
Yeah, I guess July 27th. So roughly like a month ago, turned 39.
Happy
July
I'm getting old.
27th
birthday
is your
to
birthday?
you.
I'm getting
Happy
old.
birthday
Dude,
to you.
I'm
No, we're
28.
definitely not singing.
That's why I started the company. It's like a midlife crisis kind of thing. I'm approaching
Hey,
40.
Signal.
I'm like, I gotta do something, man.
Signal.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? I'm
Yeah.
July 28.
Oh, holy cow. That's crazy. It
Yeah.
definitely makes sense though,
I missed that.
Yeah, that we're both Leos.
All right. I think so. We also have a way forward
Is
on the
that
high impact.
a new way to say asshole?
No.
So we
To very
also
strong, confident, independent people.
have a way forward on the high
So
impact
yes.
PIP.
Yeah, the high impact PIP. Tell us more.
The hippopotamus. High impact polis improvement proposal. Hip hooray.
Yeah, had little lambs are screaming in my ear, so I had to relocate. Okay, so the high impact pick is Carlos's pip that we went over at yesterday's internal, and the way forward for that was Carlos is going to look at some of the automata language usage, and then what was the other thing you were going to do?
Nothing else. It was that
Okay.
was just the only thing. But we were going to go over it on the internal meeting next week,
Right.
and we're also putting that on hold for a little while until it's actually needed. So we're not going to elaborate too much into that.
I
Unless,
personally don't think you should
we get to
sideline
that
yourself like
stage.
that. I think you should push it. if you want to decelerate it, that's fine. Sure, I'll leave that to you, but I think you have a wonderful opportunity to get that in if you want it. Okay, so what do we want to talk about?
We could probably touch base on where we landed after the meeting yesterday with you had actually Signal had asked about it, the payouts and clarification for sure on how we pay out or do the top up. So still not normalizing values, right? Atlas and ecosystem at top off snapshot divided by 20 in raw Atlas is the new proposal cap. So basically we solidified what we had went over, correct? With Swags yesterday,
I'm a little bit lost on the whole Bodhi part. I don't think I fully understand that.
One of his questions was the top up thing, and what we have on paper that you had in your number 4 PIP 4 update, the document we went over, basically Swag said that is good. And then as far as Bodhi, he needed clarification on, so when the meetup group went to request funds, from the time that they requested it to the time that Bodhi did the calculations, that was fine. And then Bodhi did the calculations, sent it to Swags and team and co to actually get it paid out. And by time they clicked the multi-sig signatures, a few days had passed. And in that time, from Bodhi's calculation to the time that they actually clicked it and it got sent, it had went down. And so rather than
Atlas
Bodhi
down?
doing Atlas went down and therefore the USDC went down. So rather than calculating
BB said quite
it
a bit actually in the chat.
Yeah, and so instead of Bodhi or us, whoever does that in the future, calculating how many Atlas to send people, we clarified with the team that we're going to give them the USDC value and they'll do the calculation when they do the multi-sig. That way it won't fluctuate.
That makes perfect sense.
All right. Yeah. Dude, we tried to explain you that like 4 times yesterday.
it wasn't clicking, man. I didn't get it.
No,
for whatever reason, I get it now.
Buddy has been doing the calculation to make it friendlier to the team to send the payments. But doing that and with the delay the team has, it's just an exposure to volatility that is shooting us in the foot. So from now on, we'll just give them the amount in dollars that is being requested, and they'll do the calculation at the moment they're sending it to minimize that volatility. That's all.
Okay. Good to go.
So that is an official, non-official, official.
That is the way we are proceeding forward.
Correct.
Okay, cool. Coolio.
Yeah, so that was good to get some clarification and finality on that. So that was part of what we talked about yesterday, and then so on your proposed agenda, treasury update, PIP tracker.
I didn't really have anything else.
Up to the quad. Okay, so go ahead.
No, that I had so much material and stuff for yesterday that I don't really have much left for today because of that.
Yeah, most of it was waiting on us and our coordination with Automata.
Having said that, that reaction to the cleanup of PIP4 was really good. That the team, that they are so receptive and it clicked good and it's going to happen. So that's awesome, because that's going to avoid a lot of confusion in the future with future lancers.
Touche. You say, yeah, I didn't get a chance to rewrite it yesterday, but I think I'll get to it before next Saturday, or excuse me, our next internal. So when I rewrite it, we record a little bit, I'll push it out into the council chat so you all can see, and then we'll just go and talk about it Friday and see if it meets the intent.
Do you want to, since there's some people here, or is it just VB? Is it us and VB?
It's us, VB.
I
Yeah.
If you have a moment, I would ask a question.
Yeah, give us.
Absolutely, go for
Are
it.
you gonna?
It's
Are
not,
you gonna-
or you just tell me when you're finished, and
Yeah.
all good.
Okay, I'll put it on the
I so
agenda
badly want
so
to
we
hear
won't forget.
VB's question.
All right, I'm gonna put it down here. VB's question, and we'll do that at the end, VB.
You want to clarify what exactly we were just talking about? Real kind of high level for the people who do watch this. What we were talking about with your PIP for refresh.
Sure. I mean, we did go over it a few meetings ago, so it hasn't changed a lot since then. But I'm going to be rewriting. So ecosystem fund refresh basically standardizes language. It removes a lot of the contradictions, and also puts in a formula calculation for how to compute the 5%, so that there's no dispute among anyone what the 5% limit is. So it adds a lot of clarity and just confusion. The part that I need to reattack is we need to revisit the funding process.
The roles, yeah.
Yeah, the roles. Thank you. That's a good way to say it. We need to revisit the roles and make it a little bit more. Dang it! I got little Lancer losing his mind behind me.
Fine, you can take care of him if you need.
Yeah, and so basically it's just a rework of the PIP4, not to change anything, but to eliminate contradictions and clean up the language. Also in sync with the team, and now that we have a governance process and some government experience and direct input from the team, this is going to help us avoid any problems, because there were a few contradictions in there about if it was a one-time thing, a recurring thing, how does that work? It was a little vague. So now it's going to be a lot more clear. There's going to be a clear formula how we calculate and how we top off every quarter on that ecosystem fund, which is directly our responsibility. So that's going to be really good. And we were not sure how the team was going to take that cleanup of a governance and such an important tip. So it was really well received, and we just need to clean up some final legal language, and it's going to be also checked by the foundation from an advisory position to make sure there's no exposure there that can bite us in the ass in the future. So that's going to be good. And once we have that ready, we'll bring it to the community. We'll have a little discussion, and we'll put it to a vote. And hopefully that will make things better in the future, especially for future consoles.
Perfect.
I'm going to add the
Did
top
VB
up
leave?
portion.
No, he did not.
That's probably the new thing that we should probably talk about. So the Illuvium DAO, for them, when they get like USDC and stuff, they will automatically convert to their Illuvium token before distributing to all the people who are going to receive it. And in order to eliminate the problem that occurs between Mathine, USDC, and Atlas, what I'm going to put in the ecosystem fund PIP is to an automatic converter that when we get USDC above 500,000, it converts to Atlas and it gets added to the Atlas 5%. So that way we're only calculating one 5% limit instead of, we couldn't even figure it out yesterday, but I haven't been able to figure out a solution to it. So that's the way I'm going to go with it, and then get community feedback and see how that works. So that's what's coming.
All right, so I do see Kaiwimi is here. VB, we don't usually do stuff right in the middle, but since it's just us, I think everyone's fine if you ask your question, right?
Well, hold on, wait. Signal, do you have anything?
Okay.
I do not.
Okay.
What I do
then we're
have to
good.
add is I'm really excited to hear from VB.
All right, good to go.
I'm
It's
not.
it's actually more of sort of pip idea thing. So I know Colors was there, and he probably can confirm that Funcracker had a fantastic presentation. And I think I had the idea before somewhere or in some brew or something. But I asked him, and he said he's willing to give out this presentation. So I thought the council members, they all good speakers. So could we sponsor like the council members, or maybe Funcracker, because he's also a good speaker, and then pay them accommodation and cost to attend events, and then do these presentations on all sorts of events, something like that. Because yeah, it would be kind of cool. I don't know, like, should they get paid for it or something? I have the video of mine, my GoPro overheated, but I try to. It's too much data right now, but I try to send chat. It was a really good presentation, and I think like that's the way to go forward, because Startlass is so complex, and the DAO with the DAO and all the game and stuff. So it would be really nice. We have some sort of ambassadors, which the council already kind of is, and then we send them to events and make presentations or something. I don't know, Colors had also a nice presentation, but it was for his own project. But they should, like, I think we should do a campaign or something in that regard. I don't know. It was just.
It was really
Gotcha.
nice. Also, Funcracker at the beginning of the year, he went to a DAO meeting in Greece and also gave a presentation about Star Atlas and our DAO, and also about our API, because that's his project, so he always rounds it up with that. But I think it's not a bad idea for some key events. I don't know if getting paid to give the talk, but obviously, if someone is going to travel to Breakpoint to give a presentation, most likely they won't be able to do if the cost of traveling are not covered. But I don't know if that would be more like a specific bid for a specific event than a fund.
That's what I'm asking, if we need to do like or every time, because I asked Funcracker if we should do that, and he said, I don't want to do a pip and blah blah blah. But I think it's kind of cool. It would be cool, something like the meetup thing, or something, or because if you have to do this every time, like if somebody does a presentation somewhere, it's kind of annoying or something. Would be nice to have this like streamlined.
Yeah.
Flip it.
And so
Flip it.
so I get one of my initial thoughts here, just listening to you and not knowing any details whatsoever. This kind of could potentially tie into that slush fund. What do we call it? What we renamed it slush fund, but basically where council had money sitting aside to do stuff without like get a website or pay for a domain or do a quick top up or send, pay for a plane ticket for somebody to go and do, exactly what you said. That could, in my mind, that could fit really easily in that slush fund. What do we call that? Are you there, Lanzer? Or are you with the baby?
Nope, I'm here listening. I just had my mic off, so
Do
you
you
wouldn't hear.
remember?
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
just
do you
looking at it.
remember
It was like a top up something.
what we it was the one by JIT, discretionary fund. So a discretionary fund could be used for that too, exactly what you're talking about.
Discretionary
DB.
fund.
And,
Yeah,
and the other, so okay, I try to formulate it in sort of a pip idea. Maybe I come up with something. Well, it would be kind of cool. And I also try to get the video ready, so you see what I'm talking about. And since KVV is here now, yeah, what happened exactly? So Bodhi got the funds in Atlas, or requested the funds, and then it took 3 days to pay them out, or a few days, or I don't know the time span. And then Atlas already sank like a few percent, 5%, 10% or something. Or was it like that? Or I thought we had that fixed beforehand. Like, didn't we talk about this once here before?
Yeah, we
Yeah, but
talked about it.
I think we might have fixed that. it seems like the team is open to me sending the amount in fiat, which basically helps with that volatility, so that whoever is actually building the multi-sig, because the problem is I make the calculation and then I send the message, and then I think Swagner verifies it and builds the transaction. I'm pretty sure he builds it, but somebody builds it, and then a couple of other people sign it, and then somebody else executes the transaction. So that period of time between me doing the calculation and the transaction being executed can take quite a while. But now, I'm not doing the calculation. I'm just saying, okay, here's the actual dollar amount that they're requesting. I might convert it from euros to USD, just so that to cut out one step, because that's not really gonna be volatile, right?
Yeah,
Over the
with
course of a
disease.
couple days.
But I feel bad for giving me now. He did all the financial stuff, and does he get a reimbursement now or something, or is there something in the talks, or did he just lose?
Yeah,
yeah.
he just got the top up, so it should be good now.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. Nice.
Yes, and
Because
just keep in
I
mind,
felt really
and-
bad.
and-
Yeah.
just keep in mind you realize losses when you do the exchange. If he waits and the price of Atlas goes up,
Yeah,
and
he's
makes
a bit
money,
crazy.
if he makes money, and
Atlas
he's
fan.
not gonna give back the
Yeah.
difference. So it's that's the balance, that the juggling that we are doing, and trying to make sure nobody gets screwed, but also that the DAO is not punished for delays in reaction.
Yeah. I mean, a few hours DCA for a few hours or something. Just I felt really bad because kind of we did this for free, and now if he would have made minus, it would be kind of discouraging for future.
We're not gonna leave you guys hanging.
Yeah,
We're gonna make
that's
sure
cool.
nobody
I
gets
just
screwed. But,
it's super cool. Thank you.
but we gotta be careful with the precedents we
Yeah.
set, because it can set a path to abuse in the future. We know you
Yeah.
guys won't, but
We
there's
can't be
gonna be peeps
we
that
can't
can
be
be
chasing.
voted, and
that's
we have no
true.
control.
Yeah, I thought the process is like that. You take the amount when you send it out, but I didn't know it took with the multisig and whatever you were talking about before. So it's cool that's settled, because otherwise I would feel a little bit bad. Yeah, and Comet was really
Yeah,
cool.
we're doing the best
I don't
we
know.
can.
Should we make a report for the DAO for the Comet or something, or is that like the video is enough, or like?
I think you guys send all the receipts and you share
Mhm.
the pictures and videos. So I think we're covered.
Yeah, we could, like, what we learned or something, maybe write a little report up or something. I mean, we talked about in the brew a little bit. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I was like tired all the time, but it was really cool with Gas and the stupid pirate dude and the fat colors and all these crazy people. It was really amazing. Like, next time Signal needs to come, like, and Bodhi you should come to an event as well.
Dude, it was really a nice experience. It was awesome. The presentation, as he said, was amazing, and the attendance and the vibe in general was great. But yeah, keep in mind that you guys were the first people that got approved. So actually, a document saying what you learn and that could be very helpful for people in the future, because these are the first experiences, so we're all learning from it.
Yeah, cool. That's it. And we should I try to follow up on that presentation thing, because that was I think that's the way forward to explain. Because if we go to Gamescom and I talk to people, and you can't only tell them that much in a first talk, like 5 minutes, you can't explain the Atlas. But if we send people out who do the presentation like Funcracker did, it would be really nice, like, to explain Star Atlas, explain the DAO and what's going on, and it's very, very important. So
I think that would be a nice idea, but the tricky part is that we would have to be invited to talk about our project in an event that is interested in listening about it.
I think that's not an issue. Like, we have like most community members are like crypto OGs and stuff. Even I can, like, if there's events in Germany, I can talk to the Solana guys or whatever, and would be no problem to get a presentation. And
If If you need
But
help
I'm not a
creating,
good presenter, you know. I'm just like, I wanted to do a job for the council and for people like Funcracker who are really good at
if you need
talking.
help creating a pip like that, I volunteer Signal.
Okay, cool.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I want to
cool.
add in here at the end too. Kaiwimi's doing stuff in the chat. But one thing that BB kind of mentioned also up here in the chat was getting paid. I think it's important. You guys put in a ton of work. I guess so do we as council. But
Yeah.
in the future, anyone who does something on that scale, put some money in there to pay yourself, even if it's like $2 an hour or something, just if you get burned out and you get a bad taste because there's nothing there for you, it does start to weigh on you. So in the future, you guys or anyone else listening, put a little bit in there to pay yourselves. And
As long as you don't go over the $500 limit,
said,
then that's fine.
Maybe at least the accommodation, like an Airbnb or something for the organizers. So they they already talked about it. Yeah. Cool. Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna put.
And I said it at the brew, Kaiwimi, but thank you for going through all that, being a guinea pig with us. And like you said, we're volunteers, you're a volunteer, and I think it worked fairly well. There's a little bit of back and forth, but I want to thank you again publicly for working with us and being patient.
Yeah, I need to thank him also again, because he did everything. He did all the payments, all the ordering, everything, and then Lilith also, like with the videos, and they put so much work in it. It's kind of crazy. So I have to thank them again as well.
Yeah, and that's going to be
nice.
a recurring event. And I pretty much advise anyone that is able to assist, because you have Gamescom, you have a very nice central place in Europe, and the meeting itself is amazing. And if it was this amazing on a first time, I can't wait to see what you guys are, how it's going to grow and what we're going to do next year when we have more game. Hopefully the team can send someone as well, and maybe we can have a couple computers and have a better show off of what we have and C4 and all the craziness. So it was a great experience.
Okay.
All this being said too, I want to chime in. About a year and a half ago, I can't remember the event, but it was in Vegas, and the team was there. I was still in Rome at the time, and we all had there was 15 of us, and then there was a few other community members there, and it was surreal. It was weird, but it's hard to describe when you just hang out with your online buddies in real life. It's just something, there's nothing to explain it. You have these strangers from the internet who aren't really strangers. So, and then you get to hang out with them. So I would highly encourage people to do that. So
it's like the bonding thing, like it can be like, I don't know, it was maybe, I thought it's a little bit expensive or something, but like just these moments when you meet these people, and whatever happens to Star Atlas, like if the DAO goes down or Star Atlas goes down, like in 10 years, you still remember like meeting Drum Colors, this little fatty boy, and it's so funny and very cool.
Well, I remember when Carlos decided to live stream during your meeting and we picked the raffle winner. So that was cool.
Oh yeah, I was like, I was dead. Oh, well,
Right on.
So
okay.
So in continuing on, we have the Iris Bounty meetup, and only 2 people have used it. I think we should, and Signal, maybe you, since you're the ad hoc.
Actually, can I ask something?
Oh, God damn it, VB.
In that record, no,
Are you
for
ready
this
to
one,
throw a giant
for the
party?
meetup, because I attended the Filipino brew this week, and then I asked him, "Hey, dude, so funny, you guys funny, don't you do meetups?" And they say no, and we don't have money or something. And then I say, you just can do that pip, and they didn't know anything about it, So I showed the Mr. Kamote guy, how it works and where the what do you call it, where what
And
they have
yeah,
to write
and
the
that
document
budget
is.
would go
And
that budget would go a long
yeah,
way over
in the
there too. They can
Philippines
have a nice party.
and exactly. So I hope they get it fixed. I try to help them with that, but yeah, especially for the East Asian countries and stuff, also South America, I think that PIP is really cool. They should do much more
That's
events.
fine, baby. That's fine. Just when Emperor was talking, don't overtalk him, please. He was in the middle of saying something.
But yeah, feel free to tell if you see anybody or any of the mods see anybody, tell them to DM me because I'm kind of in charge of the Iris bounty and I'll help them through it. It's super easy. So that being said, that's what I was. Is there a way that should we as council, do you think we should do something like make a commercial that they can play at the brew or something that will always kind of be there? How do we get the word out? Because it was already on a brew. We've talked about it. I don't know how to get the word out more.
I think
Should
a
we be
commercial
doing
is
something
great.
for the Iris bounty?
Carlos and Signal team up, create another AI commercial, and go have at it.
Well,
Okay,
I'm not.
that hurt. That hurt. That was not an AI commercial. That was a Carlos commercial. Okay.
Oh, was it really? Okay, it was so good. I thought it was AI.
But here's
I
the
love that
thing.
thing,
We
man. It
have
was great.
Slogan. So good, you'll
We-
think it's AI.
oh Jesus.
Captain James is not happening right now.
Yeah. So we have 3 meetups, the Comet and then the other 2 that we have content from. We have, we have the pictures, we have, everything we asked, we have some videos. Is that something, I don't want to volunteer anybody for something because I get volunteered to do all kinds of things, but is that something either you guys would be willing to do on behalf of the DAO or is that something we could put
Absolutely,
out to
I
the
think it's a great
community?
idea, and Signal can write a book about it.
No,
I'll write a book about it with AI.
All right. Emperor and Lanzer both proposed that Carlos and Signal put a commercial together for Iris Bounty.
Sounds good.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, the translation into other languages, I know nothing about this, so that
AI
would
caption.
obviously be a good thing.
All right.
We'll make the spoken language Oni, and then we'll have subtitles in different languages that are
Even
human.
better. Do it. Do it.
Oh, is that seriously something one of you can make?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
we're
work
being
on
dead
it.
serious, man. Yeah.
That'd be awesome. And no, it's going to be Oni. Sorry, VB. It is not Easter.
I think that would be a good idea to show mostly on the brews and community, meetings that we have. I don't know if that's going to be a good thing on X because I don't want just random people trying to abuse it. But I think it would be a good thing for the Stratlas community.
Carlos, what do you mean you don't want to put
Yeah, I
on
could make
X?
a cool promo that acts as like a GIF or something like that you could easily post in chats. You could throw all over the place.
That'd be great.
So what I mean is that if you post in X to the world that we're paying $500 for people to have a party.
No, right, yeah, people will show up to the
Oh.
community just to have a party.
I see. I got what you mean. Yeah, we did that in Sandbox. And we posted on like Questbook and all that. I got 54 grant requests. 54 I had to evaluate.
Some frat from like Florida State University will suddenly say that they're throwing a Star Atlas party.
That's right. That's right. That's funny. Yeah, I ended up accepting 16 of them, but we definitely got the attention of people. So I can understand that. All right. What else is on the agenda?
I don't know. You are the one with the PowerPoint.
I'm just writing down what people say. Carlos?
I don't know. I don't know that there's anything that isn't already in the works or.
Okay.
Is
Yeah, I think
there
we talked about
anything
it.
you guys want us to cover in the internal meeting with the team for the next Friday? We're going to have a subsequent meeting because our meeting yesterday was not enough to cover all we wanted to cover. So we have another meeting with the team. if anyone from the community is really interested in finding out some important questions about governance are pertinent now, and we can discuss with the team or any other council member that was not able to assist yesterday, this is a good time for us to make a note and address it next Friday.
I guess just
What was
at the council.
What was the conclusion on some of the financial questions? I know we had kind of a list of questions. Is there like a TLDR for that?
Yep.
There's
Yeah.
not a lot. There's a lot of things
There it
we
is.
discussed.
Bodhi.
Not everything,
Thanks.
because you were not there, and I know you have some specific questions as you have been dealing with it directly. But we were talking a lot about the top off and how we're going to handle the parity of USDC Atlas regarding pips. We didn't came to final conclusions yet, but we do agree that it's going to be a fair pool of USDC Atlas. We just don't know how to make the calculations, and it's not too cumbersome, because right now, when we do the top off, we can set a final amount of Atlas that is going to be the 5% for the next term. But once you start getting a steady revenue of USDC into the DAO, that's going to make that calculation different because of Atlas volatility and what it means to be 5% of the vault. So that's the part that we were debating. One of the ideas I think Lancer brought was to convert the section of USDC that was going to be allocated to the ecosystem fund, convert it to Atlas and only manage Atlas. I don't think that's going to be a popular
I mean, they have no
option.
USDC right now, so no one's missing anything.
No, I know it's not a problem now. We're theory crafting about next year or 2 years from now when we will have funds in USDC.
Sure.
But as we wanted to possibly add that to the refresh or make a subsequent PIP about it, we do need to come to a conclusion and think about what's the easiest way to have a simple formula that people don't need rocket science to calculate what's the 5%.
Yep. So there it is.
Yeah,
We'll put
that
it.
was
And we
my
did confirm
idea.
we're not going to manage it like a pool of Atlas and a pool of USDC. It's a combined pool, and it's part of the same bag as Lancer had proposed initially.
Okay. Cool.
Julio. All right, Bodhi. Anything you want on the agenda before we probably close? Right? Nothing else to talk about.
Well, I would just wanted to make sure that we can continue doing it the way that we just did it this last time, where I just didn't do the conversion to Atlas. I said this is how much I did the conversion into dollars, right? So in this case,
Yes.
it was
Answer
a
is yes.
request for euros, so
Bodhi,
I just converted
I'll
it to
save you.
dollars.
Hold on. I'll save you a little bit of time. Yes, exactly the way we did it is what it was agreed to.
Oh, sweet! That makes it so
Yep.
much easier.
Did
Yeah,
you
it
not
makes it easier
read what
for
I
everyone.
highlighted right here?
Oh,
Oh my gosh, you guys are killing me, man. This would save you so much time.
Oh,
I told you.
sorry.
Dude,
I'm
nobody reads
Instead,
PowerPoints.
instead
I'm
of
working
Bodhi
in
calculating
Hawaii.
the
I'm
Atlas
working in Hawaii
conversion.
again, so I'm back to early morning meetings.
Okay. All right. Instead of Bodhi calculating the Atlas conversion before sending to Automata, Automata will receive the USDC value and then convert to Atlas at the moment they send the transaction.
Oh, thanks, Lancer.
Yeah, man. I'm here for you. All right.
Sweet. Yeah,
Good to go.
that's good for me.
How many members do we have?
Is
I think
there
we're good.
anything else? Is there anything else on that financial part from your experience in these last couple of months that you want to address, Buddy? That you think would benefit us or is hinder us right now?
In the case of, I want to talk to them about this idea of, if the amount is lower. I understand if if this change that you just described, them doing the calculation, that will cut down the amount of time from the calculation to the actual execution, but it's still a multi-sig. There's still a period of time there. It can take, I don't know, maybe a couple hours. So I would like to, kind of get the bottom line on at what point are we reconciling, issues if they're minor or,
So
because
topping up volatility between that.
yeah, like how are
Oh,
we dealing with volatility if it's if they're missing $10, are we just saying, yeah, well, sorry, bro, or are we, or if they're missing.
What was the agreement on the 10% play fund? Is
Well,
that something that is completely approved by the team already? That up to a 10% we can adjust to that volatility,
I
even
don't
if it's
think
over the maximum Atlas amount.
no, I don't think the 10% has ever been discussed internally. I think it was just, if that internal delay resulted in a lower amount, we would reconcile it. But I'd like to kind of get into nitty gritty on that and present a couple like I guess real life scenarios, or maybe in this case like hypothetical, just to make the conversation a little bit more fluid. But I mean, these are real things that happen. Like the amount of time internal delay takes, the price drops 5% or 10%. What do we do in those cases? That way I don't have to, I don't have to like be making any decisions, or we don't have to be voting
yeah.
on them. Like we don't have to
Yeah,
be
you
the
don't have to be
bad
fighting
guys
it
or
then. Yeah, I gotcha.
huh?
So then you don't have to
Yeah.
be the one fighting it all the
So
time.
there's two possible scenarios to analyze. It's a very difference, of the small volatility that it can have in a couple of hours, and there's the situation where an FTX kind of black swan can happen. When something like that happens, there's nothing we really can do, and we just all get screwed. Unfortunately, the author more. But when it's just a regular volatility thing, I think if the author sends, the time where they did the exchange, when the funds were sent, and it makes sense, top it off, so they wouldn't, absorb I don't know, a $400, $500 loss just because they missed a couple of hours. I think we can help. But if it's something bigger than that, it's going to be really hard.
So then
Yeah,
will
Yeah,
I think
we?
I
that's
just
why
like to get
that's why
the bottom
yeah,
line on that stuff.
Okay, that's
yeah, that's
fair.
why Bodhi created that PIP idea, which and again, I mentioned it when we were talking about the discretionary fund. So to top them up for $5 more or $10 more to make them square, if we do that, it'd be way easier to just have some money that we can just use for that. So I
Well, I
think talking
will
to Swags about that would be good.
I will say that having the team, the people whoever is building the transaction, before it gets signed multiple times and then executed, having that person do the calculation versus me, which can be hours before that person who builds a transaction even reads my message, that's going to help a lot. But at the end of the day, there's always going to be volatility. Even, I mean, like it just so happened that, because Kiwimi and we live on different sides of the globe, the moment that we actually were able to, finalize the wallet verification was during like the brew, or like right before the brew, when we kind of both were, getting into the server. Like that was like a mutual time that we came into like the Star Atlas Discord, because of the brew. And so we ended up doing the calculation during the brew, and it tanked like immediately after. So it's just like even a matter of an hour or two at the wrong moment can be a pretty big difference. But the cool thing about, but like I said, that's going to help a lot, cutting down that time. To an extent, it'll help. But the big difference between what we have now and what I was proposing is that we would actually be able to have USDC, which then volatility is no longer an issue at all. We could say, okay, this person is $300 short, $301. We build a transaction for $301. It doesn't matter if it goes through tomorrow or the next day or 5 days from now. There is no USDC volatility, right? Like it's actually negligible, like almost guaranteed. So that was kind of the idea behind that. But
Can you make the meeting next Friday?
I think we're gonna.
It's tough to say. I've been helping my dad over in Hawaii, and he works like crazy hours. So I don't know.
If you
I
can't,
can't.
if you can't, please
I
provide
can't
us
give
with a document with all the details you would like to answer and
Okay.
to get an answer from the team, and we'll go from them. My only hesitance with your PIP is that once it's a PIP, it's pretty much written in law. And I feel like this is more like internal procedure that is circumstantial to our situation right now, but it might be completely different in 6 months from now. And I don't know if it's smart to be doing a PIP every couple of months to change that. So my suggestion was to just handle that internally, come up with a decision, update the knowledge base, and then go from there. But let's see what we all think, and let's see what the team thinks. It's definitely an important conversation to have, and it's not a terrible idea. I'm just hesitant when we make a law about it instead of just define a procedure like we have been.
We could even write it in as like a preliminary, like a something that we're testing. Like we have some problems. We think this could reconcile like that issue flawlessly with 0 errors. I mean, what the change we've already made is probably gonna, honestly take care of like, I would say 80 to 90% of the problem. Just by me not doing the calculation, but the person building the transaction is gonna help so much. But still, it really depends on the Atlas volatility and the amount of time it takes for those other 2 signators. Like that can still there can be delays. One person not signing within a few hours that's required, and then Atlas dropping, and boom, you have the problem again. And so it's just we could just it is a good solution, and we could present it as, hey, this is just something we're testing. This is a one-time thing. Once this fund is gone, or even or once this council term is over, we send the funds back. Like, we could write it in however we want. But I think
we can do all that without going through a PIP process. The exact same you're proposing, we can do pretty much without the PIP process and have it in
Can we
as a
agree
law.
to talk about the next internal meeting?
Because at some point we also have to reconcile the idea that this is the nature of our environment. It's a crypto environment. There's never going to be a stable security over funds. There is volatility, and you only realize the losses once you exchange. If you don't exchange, you can make a gain. It's just impermanent loss.
Well, no, I'm just talking about the internal transaction. I'm not talking about it's my personal opinion that once the money hits their wallet, it's theirs. It's their prerogative to swap it. If they make money on that, great. If they don't, that's just it's theirs at that point. But the internal delay that they have no control over, that's not on them.
We're all saying the same
I
thing. I'm
agree.
pretty sure. Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
Let's just verify it at the next internal.
My concerns is after it hits the wallet. If there's volatility after, there's not a lot more we can do. But if we sign up to send $1,000 worth of Atlas, and by the time they receive it, it's 800. That's a $200 loss. That is not their fault, and there's nothing they could do to prevent that. So I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. There's nothing else, then we will conclude today. Going once, twice.
Any questions from the attendees? Any ideas from the attendees? Anything you would like to discuss or ask us?
Okay. Thank you all for your time. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir.
See you guys.
Oh.